So, Blue Beetle, although it's not the official start, but it's indirectly related to the new James Gunn DC Extended Universe, the universe that Zack Snyder completely screwed up. I mean, it's a good thing James Gunn came in there and said, this is going to be indirectly related to the DC I'm doing, because then we would have been like, oh, it's just another DC movie. Who fucking cares? At least it didn't suck, though, so that's one good thing about it. So Blue Beetle, it's the newest DC movie out, and like I said, it's the first part of the James Gunn universe. And my introduction to Blue Beetle has pretty little, because, I mean, I didn't even know this hero existed until, like, Teen Titans Judas Contract, the old PG-13 Teen Titans movie from a little while ago. And, of course, he was in Justice 2, only to later find out is that Blue Beetle has actually been around since the 30s. When I found that out, I was like, well, learn something new every day. The concept behind Blue Beetle is it's this alien death machine that they call the Scarab. What it does is it latches onto its host, and its whole point is to, keep its host alive or, protect it from all dangers. And, well, what it does is it allows the host to become what's called the Blue Beetle. And the Blue Beetle gets to do what every DC hero gets to do. Save the world. Jola Mardueña is the one playing our titular character here, Jaime Reyes. He is the one playing Blue Beetle, the family-friendly character, of course. And they really couldn't have picked a better actor to play Blue Beetle. I mean, I've been following Mardueña since probably his heart and soul performance of Cobra Kai since season 1, which will be coming to an end, sadly. This movie focuses a lot on the values of family. I mean, it shows a lot of moments where it talks about the values of family, how important family is, and our main character's at that moment in his life where he wants to find out what he wants to do. He just gets back from college, and he wants to, make a career for himself so he can help his family, get out of their current situations. But, of course, I didn't think he probably expected that he'd be getting them out of there by becoming a superhero. The family value was, of course, the core of this movie. The aspect of it was the value of family and what they mean. But, I mean, it just felt like it could have been a lot more epic with a lot more action. It could have been a better movie, in my opinion. But then again, James Gunn's going to keep it in his DC extended universe, so we'll probably get more of that in the next movie, or whatever next movie we see Blue Beetle in. The CGI was kind of low grade, in my opinion. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't want to say low grade, because that's like saying, oh, we're going to give you 70s computer graphics and put it in a 2023 movie. Now, what I'm trying to say is, like, for a superhero movie, it didn't have, like, the CGI you usually expect from it. Though, I mean, it was never actually supposed to hit theaters. It was supposed to go straight to HBO Max. But even with the low CGI it had, it still was pretty amazing. I mean, even the transformation scene was, like, one of the best parts. And, like, that was pretty awesome. And all the different weapons he was creating at that time, yeah, that was pretty badass, too. Other than Jaime Reyes' character, I mean, there were some other great characters in this movie. I mean, the other one after him was, of course, his dad. I mean, I really loved the connection they had together. I mean, of course, the, father-son dynamic, and, of course, giving him pep talks. A lot of these pep talks would work much later in the movie. So, I mean, that was a great dynamic. Really pulled on your heartstrings here and there. Grandma, of course, I mean, starting off as, like, this, just your usual grandmother, in your living room knitting, only to later find out that she was a revolutionary who was a badass with a minigun. Yeah, that definitely worked. I definitely loved that. And George Lopez also did really great as well. Although, just putting this out there, you guys, no offense intended, but, I mean, I'm not a big fan of George Lopez. Never have, never will. I've never really found him funny. But I will say, though, he did a good job in this movie as, like, the side character. Since we're on that topic of being funny, let me just say, like, it's interesting that all these superhero movies are now, like, now that we're out of the serious phase, just want to be, like, parodies within themselves. But, I mean, if you want to go that road, at least put in people or make a script that's actually meant to be funny because it's funny, not make it funny by doing things that are stupid. I mean, because that right there, that just kind of like camps the whole movie in a way and just makes it a whole lot less interesting. Alright, so now let's talk about our baddies, you know. First of all, we have our main baddie, played by Susan Sarandon. And the moment I saw her, I was like, Karen! That is a Karen. And I mean, I was just like waiting for her to die. And honestly, what she's only trying to do is just, of course, you know, shame people and, you know, just steal the power of the Scarab just so she can use it to make weapons. You know, your typical superhero bad guy. Then we have her bodyguard, who's supposed to be like the Blue Beetle's opposite, kind of like the Yellow Jacket from Ant-Man. And I mean, he looked like Noah from Transformers, you know, turning into a robot. And I mean, that kind of was a big letdown for me. I think they could have done way better with that villain. Blue Beetle was a good movie, but I mean, it's something that you probably wouldn't see in like 20, 30, 100 other different superhero movies out there that have been coming out since like 2008. But it felt like Jolo Mardiana had to carry like most of the cast, like the whole movie. I feel like this movie could have been a lot more, though a lot better than a lot of other DC universes out there. Well, DC movies out there. Overall, I'm going to give Blue Beetle a B-, although indirectly a solid start to the Gunverse, and James Gunn said he's going to bring it back, so we'll find out what he's going to add to the Blue Beetle, though it doesn't top my favorite one, which is so far still Shazam. Not better than Flash, though compared to the other DC Extended Universe movies, Blue Beetle is definitely one of the better ones. We'll definitely say that. Alright, so Blue Beetle, if you guys have seen it, please comment here down below what you guys thought of it. And also, if you like my other videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time!